Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you and tell you how to use and read a ruler. This will be a full tutorial, so let's get right into the video. As you can see right here, I have this ruler, and I actually just bought this ruler to make this video. So if you appreciate that, give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, give this video a thumbs up to show your appreciation. But hopefully you can learn a lot from this video as well, so let's get right into the video tutorial. So a ruler, at least where I live, the rulers have two sides to them. They have inches, and then on the other side, they have centimeters, okay? So I'm going to show you how to read each side. I'm going to start off with centimeters because it's a little bit easier to explain because there's fewer things to worry about. And then I'll demonstrate how to use it to measure things in just a moment. So with centimeters, okay, on this ruler, you start at the edge of the ruler, okay? So you have to see on your ruler, if there is a zero marking, then you might have to start at a zero, okay? The zero might be over here, let's say. But on this ruler, because there's no zero marking, you start at the edge of the ruler. All of these big numbers that you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, blah, 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 those are the number of centimeters. So if I were to measure up to here, let's say, at the big 2 with the big line, that's 2 centimeters, okay? Now, the next biggest line in centimeters is this sort of medium-sized line between all of the big lines. That's actually half a centimeter. So this right here, this line right here, is halfway between 3 and 4. This line right here is halfway between 4 and 5. So if I was to stop, let's say at this line right here, this medium-sized line right here, this will be 2.5 centimeters, okay? Now the next increment that you need to worry about are these small lines, the smallest lines. Each of those is 1 millimeter because there are 10 of them. There are 10 spaces between each centimeter, and there are 10 millimeters in each centimeter. So there are 10 spaces between the 1 and the 2. So each of these is 1 millimeter. So let's say I were to stop right here at the third line, the third smallest line after the 1 centimeter marking. This would be 1 centimeter and 3 millimeters, or 1.3 centimeters, okay? If I was to stop at the 7th marking after the 1 centimeter line, it would be 1.7 centimeters, or 1 centimeter and 7 millimeters, okay? So that's how to read the centimeter side of your ruler. Flip it over. Now we're going to show you how to read the inches side. Now there are more variables on the inches side, so that's why I left this for last, okay? Now, once again, there's no zero marking, so you start measuring right at the edge of the ruler. Now, each of the big markings are inches. So 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches, and on and on and on, okay? Now, the next smaller marking, so you can see these are the biggest lines on the inch side. The next smallest one down is right here, which is halfway between each inch. So we have 1, this is the next line, this is 1.5 inches. Then we have 2, so 2 inches, 2.5 inches, 3 inches, and onward, okay? So the next smallest one is the halfway. Now the next smallest one, you see we have the half-inch markings right there. The next smallest ones are going to be these ones right here, which are the 1/4-inch markings. So 1, 1.25, 1.5, 1 3/4, 2. So the next smallest one is the 1/4 inches. And then we keep cutting each in half after that. So from the 1/4, the next smallest one is going to be this, which are the eighths, okay? So we have 1, and then we have 1.125 right here that you see right there, okay? Then we have the 1/4 that we spoke about. Okay, then we have 1 3/8 over here. Okay, then we have the half that we spoke about. Sorry about that. We have the half. Okay, then we have 1 5/8 right there. Okay, then we have 1 3/4, and then we have 1 7/8 right there, and then 2. Okay, and the last smallest one, the most smallest one out of them all is right here. This one right here, the one that is directly beside the inch marking. These are the 16ths, okay? So these are the 16ths of an inch. So now when we get to the smallest ones, I'll just start by going over them. I won't go over all of them, okay? We have 1 inch, then we have 1 inch and 1/16 of an inch right there, that first marking. Then we have 1 1/8, okay? Then 1 3/16 of an inch, and onwards and onwards. So you have the inch markings, which are the biggest lines. Then the 1/2 inch are the next smallest ones. 1/4 inch are the next smallest ones, okay? 1/8 inch are the next smallest ones, and then 1/16 inch are the smallest markings, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a piece of paper right here, and I'm gonna draw a couple of lines on it at the markings that we're gonna be talking about, okay? Now I'm gonna probably zoom in just to make it a little bit easier. Let's bring this forward, angle it down, zoom it in. We're doing some high-tech editing here. Once again, if you appreciate this, give this video a thumbs up. What are you all waiting for, okay? So let's say I wanted to draw a line that was 2 centimeters long. I start at the edge, and I draw it until I get to the big 2 right there. That's 2 centimeters right there, okay? Now what about 2.5 centimeters? I would go to the 2.5 right there, okay? What about 2 centimeters and 3 millimeters, so 2.3 centimeters? I would draw a line and go to the 2 centimeters and then just past it by 1, 2, 3 little markings right there, okay? So that's centimeters. Now on the other hand, let's do some inches over here, okay? So 1 inch, start at the end, go to the big 1, okay? Let's say I was to do 1.5 inches. Start at the end, go past the big 1 to the next smallest line, which is the 1/2 inch marking right there, okay? Now, let's say I wanted to do 1 inch and let's say 1.25 inches. So I'd go start it there, I go past the 1 inch, and I will go to the 1/4 marking right there that I spoke about, okay? What about 1 3/4? Start there, okay? I would go past the 1 all the way to the 3/4 mark, the 3/4 inch marking right there, okay? And last but not least, we'll do something like 1 3/16, okay? So I'd start here. Let's bring this back on camera. I'd start here. I'd go past the 1, and then now each marking after the inch is actually a 1/16 of an inch. So this would be 1/16, 2/16, 3/16 of an inch, just like that, okay? There's your line. That's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.